Well, what a performance last night by Doug. Just talk about 44 points. We haven't seen that out of a player in a long time.
Well, he was unbelievably efficient, and and made some big baskets in the guts of the game when we needed them. And, for that to happen, there's got to be a lot of things that fall into place. Number one, we have to execute our play, and number two, the pass has got to be right on the money. And I think there were assists on 16 or 17 of his 18 baskets. So once again, his teammates did a great job of finding it.
He said that he was in that zone. Do you sense that he got into a zone where things that were going up were going in?
Well, he's shot over 60% all year long, so I mean, he's been pretty consistent shooting the basketball, especially around the basket. They double teamed him some early, and he was able to get it out of there and get some easy shots for his teammates. So, when we're sharing the basketball, we've got a chance to be a pretty good team. And last night, fortunately, our offense was good enough to bail out some defense that wasn't quite up to par.
Yeah, that was the thing that struck me, is that he did it within the confines of the offense. He wasn't, taking it all. It wasn't a one-man show.
Yeah, he's done that all year long. He's picked his spots, and and we've won a couple conference games on the road, and one of the conference games is at one of the best teams, and he only scored 12 points and 12 great shots. Our offense is designed to take what the defense gives us and then try to make it pay for it. And last night we were able to get Doug some open looks.
Did you look at last night as an outstanding offensive performance, or one that another team had a chance to come back on you? How do you look at last night, big picture-wise, if you had the broad brushes?
Well, we scored on 80% of our possessions when we didn't turn it over, which is an unbelievable rate. So offensively, we did some really good things. Defensively, after reviewing the tape, especially in the first half, it wasn't as bad as I probably thought. Our guys forced Bradley to take the shots that we as a coaching staff, through the scouting report, put together, and we were willing to have them take. And to their credit, they knocked them down, and we're able to get back in the game. We've got to do a better job of throwing that knockout punch when we have the opportunity. We're up 17 the first half, and we had the 20-point lead in the second half. That's when you got to have that last separation to put the game away.
Talk about Northern Iowa. This is a team that you know a lot about, and they're having a pretty good year. How good are they?
After losing their first two conference games, they seem to really be refocused and re-energized, and played extremely well against Indiana State at home. And then, of course, a 15-point win at Drake. We won 11 or 12 straight home games last night. So, we're going to get a very disciplined basketball team, and we're going to see it on Tuesday night, as they always are. They shoot the ball extremely well, and they're going to fight you tooth and nail every defensive possession.
Jahen's got going a little bit. How important is he to the offense in terms of when he's hitting his outside shot to open everything up?
Well, Jahen's and Grant both in the first half knocked down some threes against some of those post double teams, and that really forced Bradley into trying to decide what they were going to do. Had we not made those shots, we were going to see a steady diet of double teams on our post guys the entire game. So when our perimeter guys can step up and knock down perimeter shots like that, it really loosens up our defense, and I thought he and Grant both did a good job last night.
Are we far enough removed from the whole Northern Iowa thing where it's just another game for you and everybody else involved?
It'll never totally be another game, just because I went to school there, and it's my first Division I head coaching job, and I've got a lot of friends there, and their entire coaching staff, outside of one guy, has either played for me or worked for me. So there's some connection there that's always going to be there. But I think most of it's old news. What it comes down to is we got a team that's 3-1 in the conference race and a team that's 2-2, so it's a really big basketball game. Students
are back Tuesday night, and it's dollar beer night for the first hour. So what kind of atmosphere are you hoping for?
Our atmosphere has been great, in the CenturyLink, especially the last 4 or 5 basketball games. So we're excited to have our students back. There's a lot of things that have gone on since they've left, so I'm sure they're anxious to get back into flow. But they're very important to our success, and I think they'll be